So I think if I could think of a moment where I started like my unmasking, it was when there was a time most of my life when if I were to think of a memory, I would only be able to picture it from a third-party perspective. So, like, for example, like if I were to remember this moment, I would be viewing it like from like a fly on the wall, seeing the entire thing, as opposed to me seeing from my perspective. And then one day that changed, and all my new memories were actually from my perspective. And it was like a sea change of how I saw myself as a person, as someone who inhabited space and had an existence of my own. And that's, I think, really what marks for me the kind of the rest of the journey from there. When I started unmasking, I did it with the same fervor that I did masking. I was going to do it really well. I was going to go all in on the unmasking. I was going to make it my job. And in fact, I made it my job. I started doing neurodiversity coaching and training and advocacy because I went all in. That's what I do. And what I started to, it didn't take too long until I kind of hit these walls. And I didn't know, it's hard to tell what was going on because I felt like I was finally doing something that I really felt strongly about, that was about me, that I loved, that brought me energy. But there was something still that was like a vestige of old patterns that I hadn't really resolved yet. And I think to some extent, it was probably a lot of things, but one of those things was when I used to mask, or when masking was a bigger part of my life, I really wanted people to see what I was presenting, to see my mask. It was very important for me to show that I fit in, that I belonged, and I would present in a way to achieve that, and I really wanted people to be able to see that. That was important to me. When I was unmasking, I still felt that need for people to see my true self. I felt like that was what was going to help me feel like I belonged, feel like I was safe, feel like joy and being loved and all those good feelings. But what I hadn't really appreciated was that I was trying to get those good feelings externally, from an external source. I was not yet, I had not yet come to understand how to find that from within myself and to just be true to myself, just for my own self, not so that others can see me, but because I deserve that, and that alone feels good. And so I think my current stage of my unmasking journey is to just find joy and expansiveness and fun and magic alone in myself. That's what I would say.